Does this mean that we don't have free will? That's a tricky
Well,
one. That's a tricky one.
That's another hot.
Because if you're asking me, I really believe in free will. And it's also empowered. It gives you empowerment as well to know that you can change. You have the strength to choose. You can change what happened to you. You cannot let it define you for the rest of your life.
Well, again, that's a deep topic because
I know I'm asking you many hard questions.
I mean, science-wise, I cannot prove you. I can give you mystical, spiritual answers. In reality, we don't have one reality. We have parallel. You can say parallel destinies. Parallel destinies, and these parallel destinies are going like in parallel ways. So there's no one reality. There's parallel reality. To answer your question, do we have a free will? The answer is yes and no. In spiritual script,
Diplomatic answer.
it's not diplomatic. It's spiritual answer. It's a spiritual answer. I'm gonna give you the example so that people can understand that why I'm saying yes and no. Yep. So let's say you want to watch a movie. You want to watch a movie. You go to a cinemaplex where there is 10 movies playing. There's 10 movies playing, and then you go to sit in the first movie, and the movie is already written. The movie is scripted. The movie has actors, actress, music, the theme, which is, let's say, a romantic movie. Yeah? Now, the movie is there. You are here. The movie is written. Can you change the movie?
No.
You cannot change the movie. Can you change the actor?
No.
Can you change the actress?
No.
Can you change the music?
No.
Can you change the script?
No.
What can you change?
What can you change? You can leave the cinema. You can go somewhere else or to go to watch another movie.
And by leaving a cinema, what is happening? What do you have there? That's your free will. That's your attitude. That's your soul calling you. That's your free will. You go to the second movie. The second movie is action movie. Or let's say dinosaur, Jurassic Park. Movie starts. Actors there, actresses there, dinosaurs there. Can you change the movie? You cannot. What can you do? You go, get out of the cinema if you don't like the movie. If you like the movie, go for it. If you don't like the movie, you go to the next cinema. The next cinema, there's multiple cinemas there. So this is what our free will is. Our free will is a choice, attitude, behavior.
To what happens?
To how you respond.
How you respond. And this has also to do with the reactive nature
Exactly.
we said before.
So everything is written, it is written, but we have a free will too. So it's both. That's why it's yes and both. It's a choice. It's a choice.
It's a choice, Romy, that you make every day. Because for me, it feels like I choose every day who I want to be.
Every day.
And again, because we talk about trauma here, and especially when you have experienced trauma, it feels like you choose every day how you will show up to the world. It feels like choosing every day the light instead of the darkness. And I think it's a hard work, to be honest. It's not an easy thing to do. And it takes consistency. It requires consistency.
Well, that's what spirituality is all about, actually. That's what it's all about. Spiritual path is a difficult path. It's a difficult path.
What tools have helped you personally to transform the negative things into positive things in your life? Is it meditation? Also mentors that you had in your life? Creativity?
Of course, everyone is going to have a different approach, and I don't want you to take my approach, of course. Your path is different to mine. You follow your path. But I was in such a deep pain, deep darkness. I said, once I saw the light a little bit, I said, I will do everything I can to reveal the light. So from my perspective, I started getting therapy. I started practicing yoga. From body perspective, I started doing breathing techniques. I started doing breath work. From energetic point of view, I started to tune into the energies. What energy is trying to teach me? So mind, body, and energy. But what really changed my life is surely meditation. Meditation gave me a tool to not to run away from the feelings, also an opportunity to learn my mind, because we are so busy these days learning about others, what other people are doing in social media, what he is doing, she is doing. But we don't even sit down to understand what is my mind, my thoughts, what is the nature of my thoughts.
Because we're afraid of our thoughts, Romy.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
We're afraid of ourselves.
This is very true.
And while we try to run away from others, we, at the same time, try to run away from ourselves. Because whatever we don't like at others represents something in ourselves. We probably don't like that, but it's true.
Very true. Very true.
And meditation, I know that you do have very good, interesting YouTube videos on meditations, and I've done one today in the morning. So you do more guided meditation, because we know that there are different types of meditations, like breath work as well. Some people don't like to hear a lot when they meditate. I also prefer the guided meditation because I am an overthinker. So I like listening to something which guides me safely, so that I don't stay completely alone with my thoughts.
I understand that.
So meditation, meditation, it's such a powerful tool. I personally don't know where I would be if I didn't have discovered meditation. To go deep and, be able to see a situation from a more detached perspective, because that's what happens in meditation, right? Don't you meditate about situations that happen in your life? I do this a lot, so that you see them from a different perspective, more detached.
As you said, that many meditations are very different forms, right? We can explore if listeners are willing to understand. Let's say Buddhist style. In Buddhist style, they say you are just the observer of your thoughts, what you're just exactly saying.
Yeah.
To be detached, that's a Buddhist practice. To be detached and just see as an observer what everything is happening, not getting attached. That's one way. The other way is transcendental, hope my English is right, type of meditation where through some practices, that could be mantra, that could be some things internally, not externally, internally, you're able to transcendent beyond your body and beyond your mind, because that's not who you are. Yeah, that's another form of meditation. The other form of meditation is bringing things from unconscious to consciousness, any traumas. That's where what you're saying, guided meditation helps. You can say, okay, I'm sitting, let's say a guided meditation is, remember a time as a child when you got traumatized. So that's bringing from unconsciousness to consciousness. So this is 3 primary examples. Another example would be energetic meditation, where you become, your primary goal is to connect with the energy, and that could be source from the light.
That's very interesting what you said also about mantra, because although I've been meditating since many years, I think 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
More
a
than
lot.
me.
It's a lot. Even me, sometimes, I see so many things that happen outside there, and you don't know if it's gonna work. You don't believe in that a lot. But I've tried this once, that you said something with mantra. And what happened is I felt this in my body. And
What did you feel?
Something like the energy, that something is happening. And also, while I was doing breath work, I cried, for example. And that's so funny because, again, I didn't believe in that. There are so many things outside there. And then you do it and you see that although your brain maybe doesn't believe in that, your body reacts. Your body sometimes knows better than you. You feel the energy, you may cry, so something is releasing, something gets out of you. Only by saying a mantra, for example. While you meditate and you go deep, something is happening. Also, you mentioned therapy before. Therapy like consultation with a therapist, because I think that's also very helpful
Sure.
to
Absolutely.
talk, to release it.
Sure.
The more we talk about trauma, the less power has over us. That's how I have experienced it. Although, again, it's ironic because it's a hard thing to do, but it looks like the hard thing is the right thing to do
I
in
couldn't agree
life.
more with you. The hard thing is the right thing. That's a very good lesson for me, myself, and for listeners or whoever is watching. The hard thing is the right thing. I believe in that.
And let's talk a little bit more about where you are today. I know that you teach because I personally attended your class, and you also do meditation. And would you like to share a little bit more about what you do? And generally in your life, where are you today in terms of the mindset? How much have you changed from the past?
I think the big credit actually, a lot of people, Marina, look trauma as a bad thing or negative experience, right? Honestly, I would not be here having this conversation if I was not traumatized, because that trauma gave me an opportunity to transform, to evolve, and that's a beautiful path. It's funny or ironic thing to say, but I'm grateful for that trauma. Otherwise, I would not be here with you, right? I believe that everything in life is for a reason. Every circumstances we go through, people has a lesson to teach us. So where am I at is this traumas has transformed me in such a massive, drastic way that back in 2000, I think 22, I was meditating at the beach, and I had this sudden awakening inside me. As we said, like there was a light I could feel. It was like very powerful and explosive. Um, and it showed me a path. It showed me a path that what I need to do in life. And it had revealed its purpose to teach, and the message was to teach meditation with to the world, perhaps in different languages, but that was the path. And since then, I haven't looked back because the light was so strong, clear, and that's the path I chose. So now what I do is I have my own spiritual education meditation platform, you can say.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. We'll drop it in the comment, guys.
Thank you. There's lots of free courses if listeners wants to go through. And this is what I want to bring into the world is through meditation, heal yourself, understand yourself, know your energy, meditate on a regular basis, whether you want to reduce your stress, anxiety. As I said, meditation has many forms. But this is where I'm at in this moment, is to share meditation to as many as people I can. And that wouldn't be possible if there was no trauma. That wouldn't be possible. So transforming the negative into positive, it's the only reason I'm here is because of the trauma, and the positive is I want to share meditation with the world.
That's so deep what you're saying, and thank you for saying that. That's very deep. That's a very deep thing to say, that I'm here because of my trauma. And to listen to someone who embraces their trauma and they see the positive side. That's why we're here also. I want to make you a last question, and I don't know if you would like to add anything that would be helpful for the people who are watching right now to know. I guess that's an allegory, but do you think that an anemone would be able to bloom in the desert? And how?
I think the answer would be yes, because the intelligence of nature is extremely powerful. Everything in nature is perfect. The coal turns into a diamond. Yeah, it's a coal, but it gets transformed into a diamond. That's the intelligence of nature, right?
How?
Because the spiritual system, the intelligence of nature is looking after that process. So coming to your point, the answer is yes. But that's also relate to us. That's our primary nature, to turn coal. If the example is, if the coal turns into a diamond, our nature, the intelligence, the higher intelligence of us is to turn from darkness into the light.
So is it, you're saying that it's up to anemone to bloom and not to desert or to the external circumstances?
Very good question. In animals' case is the nature, the intelligence of nature. They will look after the process. So that's why animals, plants, they trust the intelligence of nature. In our case, what does it need to happen? In our case, we need to trust the intelligence of spirituality, the intelligence of higher power, trusting that everything in life happens for a reason. It has a learning curve. Our job, our role is to transform from darkness into nature by trusting the spiritual intelligence. If you are resistant to this word spiritual, you can say higher intelligence, life force, God, life, whatever you want to say. But trusting life. As animals trust the nature, we need to trust life. And that's, they both have higher intelligence. Your intelligence and my intelligence is nothing. We're not even talking about artificial intelligence in this moment. We're talking about life's intelligence.
So it's about trust, Romy.
It's about trust.
The key word is trust here. Trust the universe.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Let things go.
Let things go.
Let people go.
Let
too.
people go. Let people go. Absolutely, you're right.
Is it something that you think would be beneficial for the people who are listening to us right now to know before we move on?
Sure, I'm gonna share two things today, and that might be helpful in people's journey. One we talked about already. First, don't need to run away from your feelings. Whatever the feelings are, painful feelings, you gotta sit with it. We talked about it. But now I'm gonna talk about more in details about the power of words that plays a big role in our life. Massive role. Like everything happening into your life is only of two things: thoughts and speech.
Wow.
Everything is happening in current world is because of thoughts and words.
The thing with words is easy to accept, but with thoughts, it's not easy to understand how powerful our thoughts are. It's easy to understand logically with your brain that your words influence others and yourself as well when you talk negatively about yourself. But it's not easy to realize this, that your thoughts are important, are powerful. They create the reality.
Absolutely. And I mean, I don't want to talk too much into words and thoughts. Yes, I can talk, but I'm going to give some examples, and then people can understand that whatever is happening in this world, it's just your thoughts and words. Again, I'm going to share a few things to you. You don't have to take personally. This message is not about being personally.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah, no, exactly right.
Or try it if you feel comfortable.
Yes. Let's say an example that there's a war going on in the world, that, wars between Israel and Palestine, war in Ukraine and Russia. Everything actually starts from your thinking and my thinking. Everything. If we think that Russia is this, or Palestine is this, or Israeli people are this, or Ukrainian people are this, what are we causing in mind is aggression. If we judge certain people, it's causing aggression in mind. As simple as that. This aggression, the power of the thoughts, goes into the spiritual world and causes people to act from the place of ego and create this destruction. Your thoughts and my thoughts has gone into the ecosystem of spiritual world and has caused these wars through countries and people. So what I'm trying to say is your thoughts and my thoughts has a massive impact on everything that is happening in the world. Another example is these days we have so much friction between men and women. The relationships tends to become harder. It's getting harder to be with someone for a long period of time, hard to feel love, hard to feel connected. But in one way, you and me are responsible for it. Any thought I have towards women needs to be this, women are this, women don't know how to be that. Any aggression I have in my mind towards women is going to the spiritual system and causing all the chaos in the physical world towards women, even though I am not causing it. I'm not causing the abuse which is happening with women. I'm not causing all the challenges which are happening with women. But by my thoughts, it's going to the upper world.
That's of high importance what you're saying, because if we accept this, then we can accept that when we want, for example, to help others, we don't need to try hard to help them. And I will use a very nice example that one friend of mine once gave me, that sometimes I think my friends in a good way. I think this friend of mine that she wanted to find a very good job, I imagine her, I visualize her as if she had found her job already. I visualize her being happy, feeling emotional, stable. That gives you the sense of empowerment, that you have more power over the others, but in a good way, not in a controlling way, and that you don't have to try hard to help others. And the change starts from us. It starts from our thoughts.
Absolutely.
That's very interesting.
Very interesting. And the second thing which I want to talk about is very important is the power of speech.
Oh, power of speech, right.
Every word you say has consequences. Now, the speeches, we can, as I said, we can take a whole podcast about it, right? But speeches has many forms. Negative speech, gossip, lying. These are probably the most three important ones.
I think a good example to explain this is that when we say something bad to someone, what happens is that this person feels probably hurt, and this cannot change.
Absolutely.
Because whatever has been said cannot be changed anymore. We cannot change it. It has happened already. Somehow the same with actions. So I think that's a very good example for the people to understand this. It's not easy to realize that the word we say influences others that much, the words we speak to ourselves as well. But I think that's a good example.
And also the words, what you're talking internally.
Internally.
When you sit down to meditate, what is actually happening? The simple concept, actually, they might like this. Our whole mind is made of only two things, pictures and words. That's all it is. When you sit down to meditate, all what is happening is the words which comes, that could be how much money I'm going to make, where I'm going to go, the words, or the pictures, which could be your dad, your mom, traveling. Your mind is made of two things, the pictures and the words. So the words, as I said, negative speech, lying, gossip is external. Internal is, guess what? I am not enough. He is that. She is that. And these words creates a story and your reality. A simple example would be, have you noticed people who are saying words which has no sense, which is, this traffic makes me angry. I mean, well, if you use this word,
I say this too.
you're gonna get more traffic. You're going to get more traffic because your words are creating the reality. Have you ever noticed, I don't know about you, if I want to get to some place rushing, you'll find more traffic in the...
Yeah, and then you try to find another way that it's not on GPS because you think you'll go there faster and you end up delaying more.
You may not find parking. You don't know. It's like your thoughts create the reality, right? So the words, internal systems of words is very important.
But it's also interesting what you said, if I understood well, that when you gossip about someone else, that's the external situation, the words that come out of your mouth. At the same time, there are thoughts inside us that we are not good enough.
Yeah. But what are these thoughts? Is words. I am not good enough. What are these thoughts? It's a chatter which your mind is making tu. And that's where silence. Observe. Silence.
And what I've observed, Romy, is that sometimes when people blame others about something, usually they do this. Have you observed this?
They blame others.
Yeah, I have observed the following. So when you blame someone for doing something, whatever this is, then you probably do the same thing.
You're so right.
So, I don't know, let's say, wow, this kind of people are very superficial. Then you're probably superficial. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't blame the other person
You're so right.
for what this person seems, how they seem to be.
You're so right. I couldn't agree more with you. You're so right.
Then I think we've covered a lot of topics and very interesting and hard topics and hard questions. I know that I made you some difficult questions and nobody has the answers to all these questions. That's what we just speculate here and we say our opinion based on our own experiences. So I will definitely drop below your contact details, your YouTube channel, where people can find your meditation, which is very helpful, very free trainings that you also have in your website, so that people can reach out to you, people who feel that whatever you said resonates with them.
And I'm also doing a retreat this June.
Oh, yeah. Tell us more about this.
The retreat is all about what we're just talking. So if you resonate with what I've shared, try the meditations online. And there's a retreat in Bali I'm hosting, mostly about self-reflection and meditation. So if you'd be interested, all the details are in the website.
Okay, so it's more about meditation and also the lessons you teach. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here today in my first episode of After Trauma. But there will be more, guys. It's such a nice pleasure to have you here, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you. It's also fun to talk with you. It's very nice. I feel that my soul resonates with yours. Maybe we do have a soul contract. Who knows?
Not only that, with the listeners as well.
Wow.
We do.
Thank you so much for sharing all this knowledge and all this with us, Romy. And I think I would have you in another episode as well. Then that's all for now. And guys, bye for now.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate your time and also taking the time to understand and go a bit deeper. Until then, namaste.